I'm going to give you some stats, and these are as of yesterday. Facebook has 200 plus million active users every month. Pretty staggering numbers, isn't it? They actually grew 89% from last year. Twitter grows at 300,000 users per month. That's a lot. YouTube has 13 billion, that's with a B, videos every month. LinkedIn has 36 million people networking monthly. So that just kind of shows you the numbers we're dealing with here. The top 3 social media sites, Facebook and Twitter share about 54%. They're the most used. And LinkedIn comes in at 49%. A recent survey showed that 65% of all businesses are now using social media as a marketing tool. Why do you want to use social media?
Because everybody else does.
Okay.
More business.
More business?
You can connect to more people faster than you can in any other way.
Okay.
You can reach local strangers.
Local strangers, there you go. Wow, that's what you want to tell your kids, right? Okay, you need to go get the local stranger. I'm going to use that tonight. It's what?
It's a good way to get your message out there, the message you're trying to deliver.
I'll tell you the biggest thing, it's inexpensive, right? It's free to sign up. Doesn't cost you anything. But time. Time is money. Well, here's some of the main reasons. One is to listen. So you want to listen to either, what is it, local strangers. If you want to hear what they have to say, you can listen to that local stranger. You also want to listen to what your market is doing. Okay? So that's a good resource for you. You want to learn from that. You want to find out what people are doing. And you want to communicate. So those are the 3 things that most people, why they get involved in social media at all. So most of the challenge are content creation. How many of you are journalists? For those of you who are in business that are doing social media, what is your ultimate goal? To drive traffic to your website, right? And then sales. So the 2 most common challenges are content creation and measuring your results. What are the benefits of social media? One of them is credibility. Credibility, visibility, and profitability are the 3 benefits to social media. The more people you have coming through your site, the more chances you have of selling them what your services or your product are. So let's talk about credibility first. How many of you publish articles? There are a lot of ways to publish articles. Some of them, how many do press releases? Who maintains a blog in here? How often do you write on your blog? So the number of blogs doesn't help you if your quality of your copy or content is not good. How about contribute to others' blogs? Commenting on other people's blogs. Why would that benefit you? Exposure. It also, we're going to talk about getting followers. You can establish followers through commenting on other people's blogs and posts, because why? You become an expert in the field, and if you're intelligent about your niche in the market, people will tend to want to follow you. And we just talked about that success in social media doesn't lie in the quantity of blogs or posts that you do. It really revolves around the quality of content that you have. You want to educate them. Greatest challenge to creating content, can you guess what that is? Redundancy. How many of you write and you've had this problem? You've had writer's block. So avoiding redundancy is the biggest one. And I've got some great tips for you today on how to do that. So where does your content come from? Well, one of them is your vendors. How about get it from the comments on your blogs? Get it from the web? How about your customers? So those are 4 areas that you already have. We all have contacts in those 4 areas that we can already do. We can already grab content from. There's 4 parts of content. The first one is topics. That's what are you going to write about. The second one is optimization. Y'all hear that word all the time about SEO and optimizing your website. It's no different whenever you're writing a blog or anything like that. You need to have optimization. And what that basically means is, in this case, you're going to keyword this article. And I'm going to show you how to go and find out what keywords you need to put in there. Let's look at topics first. You need to answer the question, what am I going to write about, right? There are a couple of resources I use when I'm looking for topics. One of them is Google. I'm going to do a search for marketing. Once my results come up, you want to make sure that you're looking at organic links and not paid links. Sometimes up here at the top area, there's some 2 or 3 links that may have a colored background. That's a paid for link. That's not one you want to click on. You also want to stay away from Wikipedia links. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look at some of these other articles. I'm just going to read about them. So let's look at the About Marketing. Once I find an article, I'll read the article. forming an opinion about the article. Then there may be some things in the article that I need to test out, so I'll go through my research and development. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll write the article. Make sure that it's an article that falls within your expertise, and definitely make sure that you've proved the article out. There's another resource I like to use. It's called Social Mention, and I have it bookmarked up here. Social Mention is different from Google in the fact that it queries not only the web, but it also queries Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, StumbleUpon, YouTube. So I'm going to do the same search in Social Mention. So I'm going to type in marketing, and I'm going to search. So what makes Social Mention different? Well, there's a couple of things. One, if you notice the little icon over here on the left-hand side, that shows you where this content is coming from. So this one's coming from StumbleUpon, this one's from Twitter, come on down, this one's from Facebook. So there's a variety of areas that this content is coming from. But the other thing that makes it unique is look at the time frame at which these were posted. This one was only 2 minutes ago. This one was 2 minutes ago. So you can see that the information that you get on Social Mention is more relevant than, say, a Google search. So what do we do with this information now? The process I go through is I go through and I read the main headers to see if there's anything that perks my interest. Here's one, 7 social marketing insights. So I'm going to click on that link. It was posted only 7 minutes ago. I'm going to click on the tiny URL. Here's the article. First thing I'm going to do is read the entire article. Second thing I'll do is I'll form an opinion. Do I agree or disagree? Third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this article and see if there's anything in the article that I would need to prove out myself. So for instance, is there any data or information that I need to prove this article right or wrong? Then lastly, I'm going to write my article based on the results. And that's pretty much the process. I've now found a topic that now I feel comfortable to write about. Make sure that you write about things that fall within your expertise. Optimization. We've all heard the word optimization, especially when it comes to our website. Optimization is equally important when it comes to writing content. Let's take a look at how you can optimize your content. There is what I call a search formula that you'll want to use. I'm going to use the search formula for a local business. That search formula is what you do. So if you were a dry cleaners, you would say dry cleaning plus the city that you serve. So it'd be dry cleaning Rowlett. But I'm going to do one for my business, so I'm going to say marketing and Rowlett. Then I'm going to search. And these links come up. Now once again, we want to deal with only organic links. So if there's any up here that are paid for and they have the color behind them, you don't want to click on those. So you want to come down 3 or 4 links down to use those as your query. So I'm going to come down to this one right here. I'm going to click on that link. This web page comes up. I'm going to come up to the top where the URL is. I'm going to select that URL. I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to go over to an application. It's a free application. It's called Google AdWords. It's really made for pay-per-click campaigns, but it's a great tool whenever you're trying to optimize your copy. I'm going to come over to where it says website, and I'm going to paste the URL that I just copied. Now I'm going to do a search. Now if you notice over here on the left-hand column, these are all keywords that that particular website uses to optimize their website. But for now, we're just going to use this document to optimize our copy. Now you want to keep this document. You can either go in and select each one and download them individually, or you can come up to the keyword here, select all of them. Then you want to go to download. You want to select all 100. You want to make sure that it's on an Excel spreadsheet format. Then you want to download. I've now opened the file up in Excel. And you can see here are my keywords. What I would do as I'm writing copy is I would go through this list of keywords and decide how I want to implement these keywords into my content. This Excel spreadsheet will become a living and breathing document that you'll use to draw your keywords from. And that's pretty much the basics of optimizing your content. Writing content. Obviously, once you find your topic, then you do your optimization list. You're going to want to write content that will help drive traffic to your website or to your blog. So let's go over how we would write content. First off, I would choose an application like Microsoft Word or WordPerfect. In this case, I'm going to use Microsoft Word, so I'm going to go ahead and open my Word. Now I prepared some copy from my website already, so I'm going to paste it in. This content comes from the front page of my website. Once I get my copy written in Word, I want to copy it and paste it into a text editor. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to copy this content. This is the back end of my website. So I want to show you how this content comes into the back end of the website. Now I'm going to paste that content. Notice this code right here. This is HTML. Microsoft Word automatically adds this HTML code to each of their documents in case you want to create a website. You don't want that code in there. So what I'll do is I'll go down and I'll get a text editor. In this case, I'm going to use TextEdit. I'm going to paste my copy into TextEdit. Here you see my copy. Now I'm going to just copy that text right out of there. I'm going to come back down to this document that I created in the back end of my website, and I'm going to paste the new copy. You see the difference? There's no code in it. What the text editor does is strip the HTML out of the copy, and that's really what you want. Make sure that when you're within your Word document, to ensure accuracy, you run spell check and grammar check. That's pretty much it for writing copy. The last part of the process is posting. Today, since we're focusing on social media, I'm just going to focus on that, so I'm not going to talk very much about posting on your blog. You can use your content to post on your blog also, or in your email marketing campaigns. I like to use an online software called Sprout Social. Some of you may have Hootsuite or TweetDeck. So I'm going to sign into my account. Once I'm within my account, I can come up here to the Compose. Then I can paste my copy into this dialog box. One of the things I like about Sprout Social is that it not only will post on Twitter, but it'll also post on LinkedIn. It'll post on multiple Facebook pages. Once I have my listing, I'm just going to type in test. I can send it and it'll actually populate all 3 of those areas. Or in this case, all 4 because I have 2 Facebook pages. And that's pretty much it. One of the things I like about Sprout Social too is that I can monitor all of my incoming and outgoing correspondence. So as you can see, I can look at people who are responding to my tweets. So I can keep this dashboard open practically all day and just monitor it without having to open Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those different entities. Sprout Social does have a 30-day free trial. I would encourage you to take a look at it and see if it might work for you and your social media. That pretty much covers how to post your content through social media venues. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Fran Donnell. I've just attended the Rowlett Business Bites with Cliff Hand. And I've got a Juice Plus business, and I was struggling with getting Facebook and LinkedIn and my emails put together. And he's helped me so much. And he's got a great newsletter that comes out every week. And check him for marketing. He's terrific.